Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be taking a first look at the Land of Giants Oracle deck by Steve Hutton. This is kind of an unboxing video. I've taken it out of the box it shipped in, but it's still in the plastic, showing how new it is. This is one of the newest Oracle decks out available right now, and you can purchase it from US Games Incorporated. I'll put that link in the description below if it calls to you. I know Amazon will have it soon. I don't know exactly when that is, but I know it was pre-ordered last time I looked, so that's US Games, and it's awesome to purchase from these guys. They are, US Games. You've got that little symbol right down there of the Fool, and they're as much of fools for tarot and oracles as you are, and I am as well if you're watching this video. In the box, along with this, they shipped it in. They sent me this as well. It's kind of hard to see it because it's so big. It doesn't really fit on the screen or on the table. But it's the symbol right there of the Fool. And this is like a tote bag that they sent me because, they appreciate their loyal customers. And there it says it right there. A special gift for you. Thank you for being a valued customer. So that's a really nice little gesture to send, we're advertising them as, we're sharing this, and it's perfect. There's the website and everything to purchase their decks and stuff from, and it's perfect for those of us that do festivals and want to share our variety of decks with people to choose from. When you get a reading from me and you see me face to face in one of those, you're gonna have 3 options of a deck to choose from, because I don't want you to be this is the only deck we can work with. I want you to trust your intuition when you're learning, when you're getting the reading, and then you choose the cards and everything. Now the oracle cards, they're not as close to my heart as tarot, but I still love the oracle cards. I love adding them to those readings. Example, every time I do a festival, I'm always sharing a oracle deck along with the tarot cards too. Usually it's an animal oracle, because people, myself included, just when you feel that connection to an animal, it's it makes sense, and it gives you an empowering and inspirational message, which is what my readings are all about. But we're not here really to talk about tarot at all, are we? We're here to talk about this awesome Land of Giants Oracle. Then here on the back, it says, abandoned long ago by its human residents, Whitworth Hall in northern England is now inhabited by the small folk who took over the estate and renamed it Lockhart's. The rooms and relics left behind in decaying splendor tells the stories of the Land of Giants. The tiny fairies and mystical creatures share their adventures in this 42-card oracle through powerful images, messages, and lessons. The 56-page illustrated guidebook also includes 3 custom spreads. So everything that you need to read with this deck with confidence is right there in it. There's different messages on them, and that's the thing about the differences between tarot and oracle. Tarot is kind of structured. You can absolutely, you don't have to, but you can absolutely memorize a lot of those meanings. If you have a fix on a knowledge of numerology, a knowledge of astrology, and just willing to learn as you go, you can read tarot easily. Oracle decks, on the other hand, they're more, they're intuitive as well. You go with the pictures and everything, but they're, what's the word I'm looking for? The meanings aren't specific like tarot. So it's more open to just thoughts and variety of what you want to come up with. That's why whenever I share the oracles and stuff with people when I do readings, I always share what the guidebook says as well, because that guidebook is what the person, in this example, Stephen Hutton, was thinking when he created this deck. So it's really nice to have that information. It's really nice to trust yourself when it comes to the messages as well. So you can see I got the plastic off. The plastic is out of the way. There's a good chance the plastic is around the deck too, so we'll have to get into that. But look how it kind of reminds you of a book the way it opens, and it's got this magnetic little container right there. You can't really see the magnet, so that's awesome, but it just kind of closes up. So that's a really nice touch. Shows that it can stay safe and everything. You've got a little snail over here on the left hand side. There is your guidebook with the character on the front. Like I said, 56 pages, so you've got all your information there. It is not illustrated, but that is fine. You've got some illustrations right there, but you've got the illustrations right here. So the illustrations on the book, they're not really needed. So we've turned it over and set the little thing over on the side. And you see it's very much still in the plastic, so I'll have to get my handy dandy scissors and get that little hole going so we can get it open and see what the cards look like. Little hole has been created, and then we just simply peel off the plastic and drum roll or something like that. There we go. The deck is out, and we can see it. The back's right here. We'll turn it back over for a minute. You can see here that very deep purple. It's not exactly lavender, but it's not exactly royal purple either. It's very beautiful. It's kind of like an earthy purple. I really enjoy that. But you've got the illustrations right here, and I'm going to set them, I'll set the book over a little bit, and we'll set them like this, and we'll go right there, and you're going to see them the same time I do, because like I said, just opened it, brand new deck, and that's why I like doing these, so you can experience it too. And if you like this deck, then by all means, let me know that you want a reading. Book a reading with me, and this will be one of the oracle decks that I share with you for it. So there is the first card. We've got them in alphabetic order, it seems, because animate, you know, starts with an A, and you've got that book right there and all the characters coming out of it, you know, enjoyment, animation, like things like cartoons and things like that, and even just our enthusiasm can animate our own lives as well. So that's really awesome. Back off is the next card in the illustration. It's like that kind of just gives me vibes of, you know, you have to be quiet. You can't always just like run into things. So while you are animated at times, sometimes it's better just to back off and let the dragon sleep. Ooh, look at this illustration. The way, like, it almost glows on the card, so that's really awesome, and that is barriers. And you've got all the thorn bushes and everything behind, you know, that in a way is a barrier keeping you back. There's no numbers or anything on this card, so it's really going to have to make you trust your intuition, because like I said, if you have a basis of numerology, you can easily like read tarot and a lot of oracle cards as well randomly. You know, 5 is the halfway point between the 1 and the 10. That's change and transformation. It's also the hierophant of the major arcana, so just a little idea like that. Blockage. So we have back off, barriers, and blockage. They all seem like negative cards right there. But the animation, or animate right there, that one was positive. So I guess it goes back and forth. Not everything can be positive and happy, right? So there's the blockage, and like barriers, it's got that glowing right there, that green that just seems to glow. I like it almost as much as I like purple. Purple and green, such beautiful colors together. But you have that lion face, and you've got all these like things trying to get that lion out of his mouth. And the bears are like trying to help with that. So it's like you have this block that's keeping you from roaring. Like, what can you do to get rid of that? So that is blockage. The climbing the scales is next, and you have that illustration right there. So that lion that we had right here, it's like it's freed itself from that blockage it had, and now it's climbing the scales and going after its dreams. So that's really cool. Next up, we have completeness. Completeness is right here. That single piece of puzzle right there. She's putting that piece of puzzle in there. Everybody's cheering, because once you get that piece of the puzzle, you know, that puzzle is complete. The puzzle within you when you learn the secrets of your soul. So that's really awesome. Cooperation is next. You know, you want to find completeness. Cooperating with others might be assistance with that. Look how big that cat is compared to that little fairy. So that's really cool. I love just the illustrations in this deck. They're so unique and original, and it's like my favorite thing. Here is Dawn, and it's the dragon again, like a different dragon, like embracing its power. There's the shadow and everything behind it, you know, so it's ready to go and ready to fly. Dream Tree is next, and you have this illustration with the fairies and that dream, you know, that's kind of their bed. You can see the bed back there and the grass and everything growing on it. So once you get in that dream tree, you know, you feel relaxed and grounded. So that one's really awesome as well. Elements is koi fish with a fairy fish? A fish fairy, there we go. And you've got that illustration and just the detail and the artwork on this. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, and purple and green, definitely too. Forget Me Not is next, and that one seems like she's outside of the ground. She's by herself, and she's like, don't forget me. So we're gonna like do a little reading here at the end and see what the like guidebook says about one of them. But that's Forget Me Not. From the North is the next F in this deck, and you've got that there, and you've got the little what's this? This is like at the top of every like barn and stuff like that. I can't remember what it's called. Do you know? Comment if you remember what it's called, because I'm drawing a blank right now. But you've got the north, the west, the east, and I'd say the south is like over here and we don't see it. But from the north, and you've even got the Grim Reaper at the top. So that's a creepy little card. I enjoy that. Guardian is next, and we have this illustration here with this cute little hedgehog, and he's like, stay back. Or he's telling somebody else to stay back, and like, you know, the hedgehog could be guarding him. So that's a beautiful illustration. Hail, and hail is with an exclamation point, so there should be more enthusiasm in it. Hail, like that. I don't know, I wasn't enthusiastic enough, but you've got that. He's got his little hand up, see that? And the palmistry right there, that is something I've always said I wanted to learn, and something I have not begun to learn myself. This reminds me of my own like collection of stuff. Let's see if I can get it while I'm sitting here doing this reading, not knock anything over. But yes, see, same thing as in there. Actually, it's a different hand though, isn't it? This is the right hand, maybe. No, this is the left hand. Yeah. And that one is the right hand, isn't it? Yeah, so that's different. I've got the opposite one of that. So that's interesting and a random little tidbit you might not have known. Halls of the Dead is next. You've got all those dead butterflies up there, so that's kind of sad, but at the same time, the meaning here, Halls of the Dead, taking that time to learn from the ones that have come before us. So that's a unique card. Definitely love that one as well. Honor is next, and you have that illustration. You know, she sits high up in her throne, being honored and appreciating the fruits that she has in her life and the fruits of her labor. Okay, Independence is next. We are on to the eyes. The eyes have it. And there you've got independence and all the different things like that created this character. You know, you're independent now that you're like, you've taken all of those unrandom information and it's like made yourself whole. You're independent because you've learned from the past. So honor yourself, learn from the ones that have come before us, and find that independence to believe in yourself, the unique soul that you are. Lady Silk is next, and that one was really easy to do. This one, I'm not really sure. Like, definitely use the guidebook with this one, but beautiful illustration again, like embracing who you are and having that, like, know that you are as important as silk, like as unique, that comfortableness, that expensiveness, that just ability to feel beautiful within your own skin. So that is Lady Silk. Made anew is this illustration right here. The animals seem to be taking that skull. Yes, that is a skull upside down, making it into something else. And that's really cool. Like down here it says 1953 on that book. That is the year my mom was born. So, you know, she made me and she made something new. So that kind of connects to my mother. Misadventure is next, and she seems to definitely be in a situation that was a misadventure because she's got this jar on top of her that these things seem to have put on her. There's a little like devil marionette, it seems, and the doll right there that seemed to have trapped her in this misadventure. New Look is next, and you have that illustration. You know, she's taken those ties and everything and she's made something out of them. She's got this new look that is all hers. Nightmare is up next, and you've got that illustration. Baby stroller with glowing red eyes. Yes, that could definitely be a nightmare. Plus, you know, tiny little character and hole in the ground, that could come out like not be that good either. So that's definitely could be a nightmare for anybody in this illustration. That little toy soldier, definitely. Next up we have Nightshade, and look how gorgeous this fairy is. She's got like moth wings and everything. So taking that time to learn from the things that want to poison us, like learning from the past and learning like the lessons and experiences of others and everything, you know, that can help us free ourselves from the poison. Nurturing is next. Nurture ourselves. We can free ourselves from the nightshade as well. So that is a really unique illustration, you know, helping others, nurturing earth as well. Old Master, that is the next one. So this card comes up, it's like you've got that old soul. You know you're a master of your emotions and your dreams when you really have that confidence in yourself, and all these paintbrushes and everything. Oh, now I see like there's even more here. Like he's going through the painting. That's the fox, its tail is right here. You know, faking it till you make it, for perhaps. Like, don't pretend to be somebody you're not, but like master all those things that you already know, and you'll have more confidence to be true to who you are. Opportunity is next, and you've got that illustration. I love the colors and everything in this one. Like they're all kind of like muted, like pastel colors. This one is like embracing that, the colors and everything of Easter pretty much. And you've got that opportunity right there, and she's taking all of this yarn and everything and she's making something with it, using that opportunity to help this, like maybe she's like learning from it, and this guy up here is like taking that and running with it. So beautiful illustration there. This entire deck is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Promises is right here. You know, as he sleeps, he's got all those letters and everything. He looks kind of sad, or she looks kind of sad. All the horseshoes and everything, maybe he feels like his luck has been spent of all these things and everything. The promises that someone else gave you maybe didn't work. The promises you have for yourself, if you trust yourself, you can make those promises come true and happen, or at least achieve them. Revival is up next, and you've got the angel fairies right there and kind of bringing it back to life. So that one is fun. Risks and rewards, we have that one up next. And you know, the more you put out, the more you're going to get back. You have to take that risk to receive that reward. So that one, very, very easy to like interpret and read, I feel, because look, they are definitely enjoying those grapes and the fruit of their labor, because they took that risk and they went after it and received their reward. So that one is awesome. Look how awesome this turtle looks. It looks so realistic. Rough and ready, ready for whatever life throws at you. The fairy's taking advantage of the fact that the turtle is, taking him there. And, well, they've actually just taken full advantage of this poor turtle because they've got the ropes and everything, and they're tugging him along because he's too slow for their personal opinion. So they've got, like, taken advantage of him, and they've made him work for him. Self-awareness is next, and you have that illustration right there, reminding you to be aware of who you are, aware of that self within, and loving the skin you're in. So if that card comes up, it's, be aware of yourself, be aware of your surroundings, and be aware of how awesome you are. So near, yet so far is next, and we have that illustration right there. These are the characters. This is the one. Go right back to that box. This must be the favorite of this deck because there is that same illustration on the front of the the front of the box. So near yet so far. They see the outside world, but they can't get to it yet. That hole is not big enough for them to go into, so there's kind of peeking there. You're closer than you think, but you're still so far away, so don't give up. Temptation is next. You're really close to your goal, but you're very far, so don't give in to temptation. Temptation might hold you back. Like, he's eating that. What's that going to do? Is that going to mess up his stomach and keep him from going on his path? Territory is next. You have that illustration and that gargoyle, and the character, like, down here is like, oh, do I go past that gargoyle? Do I step into this territory? You have to take that second to really decide if it's a good idea. But go back to that. Ooh, I did that easily. Go back to that risk and the rewards. Taking that risk will lead you to rewards. So stepping into that territory, that might lead you to reward as well. That's all. Is that illustration right there. I feel like this would be a really good card to end the oracle on. That's all, because that implies, that's all to see. But that illustration, I love the green right there. I love the purple and everything. It's such a beautiful illustration. And there's more to see about that, but that's all we're going to share about this card right now. The green forge is next, and it's like Thor and his hammer, but Thor and his hammer if he was like an earth god or something like that. And you've got that illustration. I love this. I love the detail and the depth to it. The green forge connecting with earth, as above so below, that kind of energy as he wields this hammer made out of a tree root, and that light and everything's coming down. Beautiful, beautiful illustration. That might be my favorite one in the whole deck because I'm just kind of obsessed with, like, nature and trees and things like that. So that's awesome. Tiger moth is here. And tiger moth, you've got that angry little, like, cat looking thing, but he's asleep. He's destroyed that bear, so taking that time to rest after he's caused chaos in this room is what that card is telling me. Two worlds is up next, and it looks like, like in an attic or something you've left behind. It's collected dust, and that dust is coming through in particles through the sunlight. And there's the owl, which connects to that two worlds, because like crows and ravens, owls are also known to have secrets and mysteries and may be able to fly through the veil, because when they fly, they are completely silent. So that is an awesome illustration there. Unknowable, that's what it says. There's a little N right there, but you have that illustration there, and it seems very sad. Like, I'm not a fan of this one, because look at all, like, the nails and stuff in that horse, like all that damage that's gone to the horse. The horse might not be real, like you can see there it's got the wooden legs and stuff, but still, like, that's just sad. And like, she looks even sad in the illustration. So this one is like, what is within you that you don't know, like, is holding you back, that hasn't taught you what you need to know yet, the sadness that you're holding on to. If it's unknowable, like you're not even saying it to yourself, then it can never teach you anything, and you might remain sad. So that one's a little bit somber and depressing card. We'll move on. Yearning is next, and you have that, like, the branches and everything making this deer and standing on that cup and everything, yearning for something better. You don't know what it is. It's unknowable yet. Go through the two worlds, face that darkness and connect to earth, and you can yearn for what you want because you feel grounded and safe. Yellow dragon is up next, and you have that illustration right there, and the for sale sign is all sold and everything. So yellow dragon and that for sale sign sewn, and that fire and passion, everything kind of says, embracing that dragon within, embracing that fire within, and believing you're worthy of that, selling yourself for what you want to believe. No, that's not the right word. It's not selling yourself for what you believe, but just believing in yourself enough that you can believe you have what it takes to go after your dreams and sell them. So that's like the fire and passion within is definitely what that card speaks to me. And then last but certainly not least, because there's no Z in this deck, it's yourself. And so out of all these cards, it just says all of this, everything. It comes down to you. It comes down to your power, your belief, and like the love you have for yourself. All of these things can be within you. All of these messages can be inside of you. Like when you believe in yourself and you take those dreams and you make something of them. So we're going to shuffle the deck. I'm not going to shuffle it in that weird way that I do. I always call it weird, but it's very normal, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're just kind of mix the cards around. Then we're going to choose one and see what the guidebook shares about it, okay? And whatever, you know, it might be the message for you. You might, like, it might give you, like, inspiration and empowerment, because that's what I always want to strive on. But I'm really curious to, you know, get an idea of what the guidebook has to share. So a couple more times of that, just to get my energy in there and my intention. Whatever you want to share, I appreciate whatever that might be. Whatever you share is exactly what we need and want to hear. So quickly do this. And this one is the one calling to me. It kind of sparkles on my direction, the way the light is hitting it. So we'll set it right there. We'll pull all the cards back up. There's a nice little fish again in the bottom of the deck in elements. So kind of in our element right now, reading the cards. And there you have that nightshade. So let's get in the guidebook. Is it in, oh, actually, nightmare. Turn it one more page. Nightshade. I did that so quickly. Go me. Okay, there's Nightshade. And what it says in the book is duty, faith in the immaterial, and unconditional love. Many gravestones in the Whitworth Cemetery are so eroded that the names are obscured, but the Nightshade's task is to remember when none living do. Do love and remembrance die when nobody remains to honor these values. Ritual remembrance can degrade into ceremonies over time. My Nightshade gently cautions that too much stock is placed in obligatory token gestures at key times of the year rather than genuine, spontaneous affection for loved ones. After all, one day we're all just words on a stone. And then the reverse meaning, so you know that has that too in case this card is... Oh look, it came up reversed. Here's what it says. Seen thus, the shape of the rabbit's head appears on Nightshade's wing. Let's look for that. There's her wing. And then I guess you can see that. Like right there. That might be the rabbit's head. Appears on the Nightshade's wing. Because we don't really see it upright, do we? So it becomes the rabbit's head as we turn it upside down. But it says, see thus the shape of a rabbit's head on Nightshade's wing. There is great significance in an animal coming into someone's life. A rescued animal that deserves a second chance or a totem animal will act as guide. So that even the reverse message doesn't even... It's not negative or anything. Like maybe that's what we do with this deck. We turn the card over and we look at it from that perspective because the reverse can teach us something as well. You know, those rescued animals that we love and appreciate. My own cat, Dash, that I rescued from the middle of the road in a rainstorm getting straddled by cars when she was 2 weeks old. Definitely, she has a lot to teach me, you know. For one, she teaches me, they're kind of healing now, but you can kind of see scratches there. She teaches me, you know, life can be difficult, even from the ones that you love and appreciate. But this is such a beautiful card, that Nightshade, reminding us to learn from the ones that come before us, because eventually we're all going to go back there ourselves. You know, my Facebook profile to this day says never take life too seriously, because no one gets out alive. I swear to you, if you actually look me up on Facebook, that's really what it says. It said that since the day I made that Facebook profile. But it's true. We take everything so seriously in this lifetime. But at the end, this is all we're going to be. We're just going to be, if we're lucky, we're going to be gravestones. You know, if we're lucky, we're going to have those people that love us, that want to remember us. Some of us might not have that. Like, there's mounds. Like in West Virginia, there's a place called Moundsville, and it's literally named for the mound that sits in the middle of the town. It sits right there. It's got I'm trying to do it, but yeah, you know, a big hump of grass and big hump of dirt too, and it sits right there beside right across the street from the penitentiary. If you know anything about hauntings and stuff like that, Moundsville is known for the penitentiary that is there as well. I think it's called the West Virginia Penitentiary, if I'm not mistaken. And the front doors of that place look directly at that mount. So that mount, you know, we don't know who was in it. There's no specific names and stuff. So, you know, that's all that's left of us sometimes is nothing. So appreciating everything, all those experiences that come before us, like learning from those, appreciating the silence and just the the graveyards out there, the cemeteries, are the ones that have come before us. They had stories and lives too that we can learn from. And that's where the intuition comes from. That's where our own lights come from, are the ones that come before us. So this is the Land of Giants Oracle deck. You know, we've looked at the guidebook, we've looked at the deck. There's the guidebook again. You know, I shared one card from it. There's the spreads. How cool was that, the way that it sets up? This spread, for example, top to bottom, you've got that house makes a good metaphor for our lives. In this simple 3-card spread, the attic holds our hopes and ambitions, as seen in the boxes waited to be unpacked. The lounge on the main level, got that right there, is the home's heart, where all practicalities are met. The cellar, down here, it is the place of the subconscious. For insight into each of these 3 arenas of life, draw and place a card for each level. So there's a cute little spread that I'll be happy to do for you if you're interested in that. You've got the one down here, Trinity of Days. Master Plan is right here, so that's a 6-card one. What else is in here? And about the creator. So this has a lot of information in it. Definitely going to do that little spread for myself and see what it shares, because that's really unique and it's connected to the deck. So there is your first look at the Land of Giants Tarot. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can purchase it for your own card slinging enjoyment. You know, the messages and everything it shares. Seriously, it's beautiful, isn't it? So as always, I want to thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want a reading that includes this deck, please let me know in the comments, or book one directly on my website. And when I send you that email from my website, that's like, I want to know what deck you want. I want to know what you're like seeking and everything, you know, that one-on-one conversation. Let me know then that you want this deck as well, because that is always available. All of that information will be in the link in the description below. And again, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next one.